Hey, I'm Rain.
And I'm Brad.
And we're from the sunny Gold Coast, Australia. Brad and I are married and are now off to travel the world full time.
We've previously spent 6 months living and skiing in Whistler, Canada, and 6 months travelling the States while living in our van, Chevy the Chevrolet, which we bought as an empty shell and converted into our home on wheels.
And now we're swapping our van life wheels for sails as we head to Europe to travel the mainland and then move on to our catamaran, the Graduate, and sail the Mediterranean. So come along with us. Like and subscribe to follow along with our top line travels. And the
Boarding pass done. Here we go.
23-hour flight later, 2 trains and a taxi, and we'd made it to the Amalfi Coast.
It's a little bit overcast today, so it's perfect weather for us to do the Path of the Gods hike from Priano to Positano. Let's go. What are we on? 400 meters elevated gain. Total 500, so almost at the top. We started in Priano and now heading to Positano. How's that for a view? We're at the top, we think.
Yep.
What's your glasses?
How are you feeling?
Strong.
Strong as an ox.
Fit.
That's what we like to hear.
Except you've checked the heart rate.
What'd you peak out at? 400 jokes, folks. 150 max.
Yeah.
We've started our descent down into Positano now.
Descending into Positano, where the local time is 12:07.
With balmy weather.
The local temperature is 18 degrees.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, legend. Cheers, Goba. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Ciao. Bellissimo.
Bought some paninis from the local deli, and I think we found a pretty good spot just up there for some lunch. We are now descending into Positano, but we took a wrong turn somewhere along the way.
A wrong turn is a total understatement. We ended up adding on 3.5 kilometers to our trip, and majority of that was up and down stairs.
It's been a bit longer, but there it is. I think we've got like 200-300 meters straight vertical drop to climb down. My legs are shaking now. Gonna send the drone up in a sec and see what we get.
Made it, beer o'clock, to the bottom of the cliff. 196 staircases and 13.5 kilometers later.
So we finally made it home, back from our hike. It's now 7:30 p.m. Just decided to get a quick little bite from the store down the road. Just gonna enjoy some nice dinner for sunset.
We are headed to the town of Ravello. Apparently it's super quaint and the hike up's a bit of a mish, so we're going to get a taxi because the buses are not working at the moment, because last week there was a fatality and a young boy died driving up there. So we've decided to taxi it up and then walk down later when the sun is setting. We've made it down to Minori from Mayari. And the plan was to get a taxi from here, but is there a taxi anywhere inside? No. So we're just chilling, waiting for something to come around.
It's all on Italian time, so nothing happens fast here. 3 hours later, we finally bagged a taxi and we made it up here to Ravello. These gelatos are unbelievable. Got lemon. Oh, would rate it.
So we've made it to Villa Zimbrone. It was €10 entry fee and we're about to explore. What are you wishing for?
Wealth, health and prosperity.
I thought you were going to say getting a beer shortly.
Oh yes. Cheers.
Okay, confessions. I left my glasses all the way up the hill, up there, and Brad has kindly said he'll go and get it for me. He's such a legend. I think, from, if I'm not completely wrong, further that way is the view.
Going to meet up with Brad and Ash and Jethro and Hannah now.
Who I believe
For a
have
sunset
been
drink.
drinking all afternoon. So
We managed to find them. Check out this view.
hey!
Buongiorno!
Buongiorno! Buongiorno! This is Salute.
We're the only people in this hotel and they've closed, but we got the owner here having a beer with us. So we've just taken over the joint. We've set the dogs off, oh my word. Girls down there have set the dogs off. We're trying to walk down to Minori, through the back streets of Ravello. Say hi to YouTube. Just grabbed some paninis and a Peroni from the corner store, and we were walking along the road and we found this awesome beach down here in the cliffs. Look at that, unreal. Beach all to ourselves, one other person. Here we go, first swim in the Med for this trip. Oh, yeah.
It was a bit colder than expected, but soon our friends joined us for a swim. Oh, I need to learn how to dive. And then I tried to do a tornado and failed miserably.
You're out of control.
Ash, where are we? Hey, the AMALFI Coast living our best life. Hey, hey team. I think we got the best spot in the whole building.
Priano. Luckily we've got the sun out because the last few days it's been raining, so we're pretty stoked that we've got some beautiful sun. Walking down the cliff through the little village to Vocanede. We didn't bring our sunnies, and yeah, the sun's out currently for sunset. Might end up with a few extra wrinkles after this.
We really enjoyed our time on the Amalfi Coast. During our stay, we had a few days of bad weather, which meant the water taxis weren't operating and it put a lot of extra strain on the bus system. So we were waiting for buses and catching taxis, which cost a lot more. So just be aware of that. Would highly recommend staying in Minori, Maori or Priano. It's a lot cheaper than Positano and everything's still relatively close. Our next stop is Capri Island on the Amalfi. Like and subscribe to follow along.